For centuries, the Holy Grail has captivated historians, theologians, treasure hunters, and conspiracy theorists alike. This legendary cup, said to be the chalice in which Jesus Christ drank during the Last Supper, has become one of the most enduring and elusive artifacts in human history. Its story intertwines with faith, power, and adventure, inspiring countless myths, books, and even blockbuster films like Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade. But the ultimate question remains: where's the Holy Grail, and does it truly exist? Origins of the Holy Grail legend. The concept of the Holy Grail finds its roots in Christian tradition and medieval literature. The earliest known mention appears in the 12th century writings of Chrétien de Troyes, a French poet who described it as a mystical vessel in his Arthurian romance Perceval, the story of the Grail. Over time, the legend evolved, with later writers linking it explicitly to the chalice used by Jesus at the Last Supper. The Grail took on profound religious significance, particularly in the Middle Ages, when stories of knights embarking on perilous quests to find it became a central theme in European folklore. Figures like King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table were often depicted as seekers of the Grail, symbolizing purity, divine favor, and the ultimate spiritual enlightenment. Real-life search of the Grail. Despite its mythical aura, many believe the Holy Grail could be a real artifact hidden somewhere in the world. Over the centuries, countless theories have emerged regarding its whereabouts. Some of the most intriguing real-life hunts for the Grail include: 1. The Knights Templar and the Grail. One of the most popular theories suggests that the Knights Templar, a powerful medieval military order, possessed the Grail. The Templars were known for their wealth and influence, and legends claim they discovered secret treasures beneath the ruins of Solomon's Temple in Jerusalem. When the order was dissolved in the early 14th century, many of their relics vanished, leading some to believe the Grail was hidden away in an undisclosed location. 2. The Grail in Spain, the Valencia Chalice. One of the most credible claims to the Holy Grail's existence is the Valencia Chalice, housed in the Cathedral of Valencia, Spain. This cup, made of agate and adorned with gold and precious stones, has been venerated since at least the 4th century. Some scholars and religious figures argue that it matches descriptions of ancient Middle Eastern craftsmanship, suggesting it could indeed be the true cup of Christ. 3. Rosslyn Chapel, a mysterious Scottish connection. Rosslyn Chapel in Scotland has long been associated with the Holy Grail. Featured in Dan Brown's Da Vinci Code, this ornate church is rumored to hold Templar secrets, including the Grail itself. Although no definitive proof has surfaced, the chapel's intricate carvings and Masonic connections continue to fuel speculation. 4. The Lost Grail of Montserrat. Spain's Montserrat Monastery is another location tied to the Grail legend. Some accounts suggest that the Nazis, particularly Heinrich Himmler, searched the area during World War II, believing it housed a sacred relic. Though they never found it, the monastery remains a place of pilgrimage for those who believe the Grail could still be hidden within its walls. Miracles and mystical powers. Many stories surrounding the Holy Grail suggest it possesses miraculous properties. In Arthurian legend, it is said to grant eternal youth, heal the sick, and even provide unlimited nourishment. These aspects have made it a symbol of divine grace and an object of ultimate spiritual fulfillment. In history, some individuals have claimed to experience miracles associated with potential Grail relics. The Valencia Chalice, for instance, has been used in special papal masses, with some believers testifying profound spiritual experiences in its presence. Could it be that the Grail's true power is not in its physical form, but in the faith and devotion it inspires? The Grail in modern culture. The quest for the Holy Grail has transcended religious circles, making its way into literature, film, and pop culture. Stories like the Da Vinci Code, Monty Python, the Holy Grail, and Indiana Jones have kept the legend alive for new generations. These portrayals often blend fact with fiction, leaving audiences wondering, is the Holy Grail merely a metaphor, or does it exist as a tangible object waiting to be discovered? Even in the scientific world, scholars debate whether the Grail was a literal cup, a symbolic representation of divine wisdom, or something else entirely. Some researchers argue it could be linked to ancient Christian communities who protected sacred relics, while others see it as an allegory for the ultimate spiritual journey. Could the Grail be hidden in plain sight? With so many conflicting accounts and theories, The truth about the Holy Grail remains elusive. Perhaps it was destroyed centuries ago, or maybe it was never a physical object to begin with. Some historians suggest the Grail was a series of sacred vessels rather than a single cup, meaning its remnants could be scattered across various churches and monasteries worldwide. In a broader sense, the Grail may not be something one can hold, but rather something one must seek within. The idea of the Grail is a metaphor for enlightenment, personal transformation, and divine connection resonates deeply with many spiritual traditions. Maybe the true quest for the Holy Grail isn't about finding a cup at all. It's about seeking the ultimate truth and purpose in life. Conclusion: will the Holy Grail ever be found? The search for the Holy Grail continues to inspire curiosity and devotion. Whether it is hidden in a forgotten vault, resting in plain sight, or merely a symbol of faith, its legend endures. Perhaps the Grail's greatest mystery is not where it is, but what it represents. The eternal human quest for meaning, salvation, and the divine. What do you believe? Is the Holy Grail a real relic waiting to be uncovered, or is its true power in the journey it compels us to take?